So in this writing lesson, we're going to work on our subject-verb agreement. Now, one of the most common mistakes when writing in English is having a disagreement between the noun and the verb. Many students forget to add an S at the end of any third-person singular verb. So for example, if we look at this chart here, you can see that in the present tense, most verbs change in the third person singular form and add an S at the end of the verb. So a lot of people forget to make that change, and it makes a lot of errors in their writing. So for the first person singular, you have I walk, I do, I have, I am. That to be is irregular, so it's pretty much the only word that has a different form in the first person present. And also you have I think. In the second person singular, you have you walk, you do, you have, you are, you think. But in the third person singular, you have he walks, she does, it has, the car is, and the dog thinks. So a lot of times people forget that the third person singular can include many different subjects. For example, there is, that is, and this is. They'll forget and they'll leave it as this are, which is incorrect. You want to make sure any third person singular noun that you're always making it have that S form at the end. So with our plural nouns, like first person plural of we, you all, and they, cats, dogs, those are all going to stay the same. So what I'll do is I'll say a sentence, and I'd like you to change that sentence into the third person singular form. So your sentences can include any of the following subjects. It could be he, she, it, or any animal, or anything. So for example, I could say, we're happy to see you. And then you would reply back, he is happy to see you. So that way you're working on changing the subject and the verb agreement. Another example would be, I move around a lot. So you could say, the cat moves around a lot. Again, you want to choose any third person singular noun. All right, so let's give it a try. You smile a lot, or you smile all the time. Try to change that into the third person singular. An example answer would be, he smiles all the time. Our next one, they dance beautifully. An example of changing that into third person singular, that would be, she dances beautifully. Our next one, where do we meet? Change that into third person singular. That would be, where does he meet? They hit the wall. Change that into third person singular. That would be, the bus hits the wall. So let's try that with a little bit more complex vocabulary. So if I say, I collide into the wall, change that into third person. An example could be, the motorcycle collides into the wall. This one. We unleash a new video every week. Change that into third person. She unleashes a new video every week would be an example. Next one. The IT guys adjust our computer settings every quarter. Change that into third person singular. All right. The IT guy adjusts our computer settings every quarter. So that one's tricky because it goes from guys to guy, and that changes the verb, okay? Next one. If you trigger the alarm, the police will come. Change that into third person singular. If he triggers the alarm, the police will come. Great. So let's review that vocabulary just in case it's new for you. So collide. Collide is a verb meaning to hit. An example sentence would be, a car accident is when two cars collide. So repeat that word, collide. Collide. Great. Next word was unleash. Unleash is a verb meaning to release something. An example sentence, the man unleashed his dog in the park, letting his dog run free. Repeat that word, unleash. Unleash. Great. Adjust. Adjust is a verb as well. It means to change by just a small amount. So an example would be, please adjust the volume. The sound is too loud. So repeat, adjust. Adjust. Okay. We also talked about IT. IT stands for information technology, and it's a noun relating to the maintenance, repair of any computers or telecommunications at a business or facility. So an example sentence would be, my computer is running slow. Maybe I should call IT. Next one, quarter. Now in this context of how we were using it in our lesson, quarter means 1/4 of a year, and that consists of about 3 months. So an example sentence would be, what are your sales goals for this quarter, this time of year? And our last word was trigger. Trigger is a verb meaning to start or to initiate something or to activate it. Now, an example sentence would be, their complaint triggered dramatic policy changes. So something they said triggered or started changes in a company or a facility. So repeat after me, trigger. Trigger. Okay, great. Well, that's everything for this lesson. Please review the handout for further practice and happy practicing.